Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I am Victoria and I am so excited to see you here. Today we're going to do a book haul. We're going to be just looking at all the books that I bought. We're just going to talk about all the books that I bought in June, which is kind of a lot. I don't know what happened in June. Actually, I do know what happened. I think in May I didn't buy any books, but then in June I blacked out and I bought 12 books. How did that even happen? I have no idea, but let's start. First, I bought these two books while I was in New York, and I always wanted to read this book, but I never picked it up. And I saw it and I was like, this is my sign to read this book. I haven't read it, but I will be reading it soon. My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. Moshfegh. This book is just about a girl who wants to just live forever. She wants a year of rest and relaxation. Our narrator should be happy, shouldn't she? She's young, thin, pretty, a recent Columbia graduate, works an easy job at a hip art gallery, lives in an apartment on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, paid for, like the rest of her needs, by her inheritance. But there's a hole in her heart, and it isn't just the loss of her parents or the way her Wall Street boyfriend treats her, or her sadomasochistic relationship with her best friend Riva. It's the year 2000 in a city aglitter with wealth and possibility. What could be so terribly wrong? Both tender and blackly funny, merciless and compassionate, My Year of Rest and Relaxation is a powerful answer to that question, and a showcase for the gift of one of our major writers working at the height of her powers. It sounds so interesting. I heard it's kind of boring, but I don't know. Then I bought Annabelle's Monaghan newest release. I haven't seen this author for so long, and I was like, summer romance. I need it because I was like, I don't have any summer books on my TBR, and I need to be just doing my summer reads. So I'm happy I got it. It's about Ali Morris. Is a professional organizer whose own life is a mess. Her mom died 2 years ago. Then her husband left, and she hasn't worn pants with a zipper in longer than she cares to remember. No one is more surprised than Ali when the first time she takes off her wedding ring and puts on pants with hardware. Overalls count, right? She meets someone, or rather, her dog climbs a man for her by peeing on him. Ethan smiles at Ali like her pants are just right, like he likes what he sees. He looks at her like she's a younger, braver version of herself. The last thing newly single mom Ali needs is to make her life messier. But there's no harm in a little summer romance, is there? Then I got this one because look at how cute it is, the size of my hand. And I read this book, I loved it. I'm so glad I got it. I need to read more from Eileen Hildebrand. And yeah, this is such a fun read. This book just feels like summer. This was the perfect summer read and I am so glad I got it. I am in love with this book, with this author, with everything. I haven't stopped thinking about it. I give it a 4.75. It was so good. Another summer read. Look at this cover. Isn't it just so summer and like so cute? This is Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. I don't even know what this is about. Let me read the back. In the summer of 1977, Victoria Leonard's world changes forever when Caitlin Summers chooses her as a friend. Dazzling, reckless, Caitlin welcomes Vix into the heart of her sprawling, eccentric family, opening doors to a world of unimaginable privilege, sweeping her away to vacations on Martha's Vineyard, an enchanting island where the two friends become summer sisters. Now, years later, Vix is working in New York City. Caitlin is getting married on the vineyard, and the early magic of their long, complicated friendship has faded. But Caitlin begs Vix to come to her wedding to be her maid of honor. And Vix knows that she will go because she wants to understand what happened during that last shattering summer. And after all these years, she needs to know why her best friend, her summer sister, still has the power to break her heart. I love reading about friendships, and I will be reading this maybe in July. I also got Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan. I don't know what this book's about, but look at the cover. It's so cute. Romance Channel screenwriter Nora Hamilton knows the formula for love better than anyone. But when her too good to work husband leaves her and their two kids, Nora turns her marriage collapse into the best script of her life. When it's picked up for the big screen and set to film at her home with former sexiest man alive, Lee Evans, cast as her ex-husband, Nora's life will never be the same. After shooting wraps, Nora finds Leo on her porch with half-empty bottle of tequila and a proposition. He'll pay $1,000 a day to stay for a week. She could use the money, but it's the need in his eyes that makes her say yes. 7 days. It's the blink of an eye or an eternity depending on how you look at it. Enough time to fall in love. Enough time to break your heart. I love Annabelle Monaghan's covers. They're just so cute. Then I got How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwang. I think this is a screenwriter for one of Emily Henry's books that are going to be on TV. I am so excited. And I heard she's such a good writer, so I am so excited for that one and the book. Helen Sang hasn't seen Grant Shepard once in the 13 years since the tragic accident that bound their lives together forever. Now a best-selling author, Ellen pours everything into her career. She's even scored a coveted spot in the writer's room of the TV adaptation of her young adult novel. And if she can hide her imposter syndrome, surely the rest of her life will fall into place too. LA is the fresh start she needs. After all, no one knows her there, except Grant has done everything in his power to move on from the past, including building a life across the country. And while the panic attacks have never quite gone away, he's well liked around town as a screenwriter. He knows he shouldn't have taken the job on Ellen's show, but it will open doors to developing his own projects that he just can't pass up. Grant's exactly as Helen remembers him, charming, popular, and lovable in ways that she's never been. And Helen's exactly as Grant remembers too, brilliant, beautiful, close off. But working together is messy and electrifying, and Helen's parents, who have never forgiven Grant, have no idea he's in the picture at all. When secrets come to light, they must reckon with the fact that theirs was never meant to be any kind of love story. And yet, the key to making peace with their past and themselves might just lie in holding on to each other in the present. These books just sound so much fun. I am so excited to read any of these books. Then I already read this one, but it's Love Unwritten by Lauren Usher. This is her newest release, and this is part of the Lakefront Billionaires series. The first one's Love Unwritten, and I love that one. I gave it 5 stars. This is about Raphael and Ellie, and Ellie Sinclair is a hopeless romantic who writes love songs. I'm struggling workaholic who can inspire 100 breakup albums. On paper, we have nothing in common except for my son. For 8 months, I avoid her until our summer trip. 14 days, 2 islands, and 1 nanny I shouldn't be attracted to. Spending time with Ellie is expected, but enjoying her company? That isn't part of our travel plans. After my divorce, I swore to protect my heart at all costs, even if it means breaking hers in the process. Ellie. What's worse than working for a grumpy single dad? Admitting that I once had a secret crush on him in high school? Thankfully, Rafael Lopez and I have changed since we graduated from Wisteria High. He's a billionaire with a company to run and a child to take care of. I'm an unemployed songwriter he hired to watch his son and teach music. We coexist without any issues until a vacation changes everything. Lines blur, and all feelings for Rafael return with a vengeance as I face a new dilemma. Being his son's nanny is one thing, but wishing for more? Sounds like a heartbreak song waiting to be written. Satanic Summer. I love this book. It's also by Annabelle Monaghan. I am in love with her writing. I love this book so much. This premise, I just love a second chance romance and childhood friends to lovers. Sam's life is on track. She has the perfect doctor fiancé, Jack. His strict routines are a good thing, really. A great job in Manhattan, and is about to tour a wedding venue near her family's Long Island beach house. Everything should go to the plan, yet the minute she arrives, Sam senses something's off. Wyatt is here. Here, Wyatt. But there's no room for a 30-year-old engaged woman to feel panic around the guy who broke her heart when she was 16, right? Yet, being back at the beach, hearing notes from Wyatt's guitar float from next door as if no time has passed. Sam's memory come flooding back. The feel of Wyatt's skin on hers, their nights on the treehouse, and the truth behind their split. Sam remembers who she used to be, and as Wyatt enters her life, their connection is as undeniable as it always was. She will have to make a choice. Alice Hazelwood's newest book, Not in Love. I heard mixed reviews about this one, but I read it and I enjoyed this book so much. Rosie Bird might not have it all, but she has enough. A few friends she can always count on, the financial stability she yearned for as a kid, and a successful career as a biotech engineer at Klein, one of the most promising startups in the field of food science. Her world is stable, pleasant, and hard-fought until a hostile takeover and it's offensively attractive from a man threatening to bring it all crumbling down. Ellie Kilgore, and his business partners want Klein, period. Ellie has his own reasons for pushing his deal through, and he's a man who gets what he wants, with one burning exception, Rue, the woman he can't stop thinking about, the woman who's off limits to him. Torn between loyalty and an undeniable attraction, Rue and Ellie throw caution out the lab and boardroom windows. Their affair is a secret, no strings attached, and has a built-in deadline, the day one of their companies prevails. But the heart is risky business that plays for keeps. I love Ali Hazelwood's subplot of science, of the whole business. It's just so fun to read about. When Powerful came out, I didn't buy it, but I did. This is Adina's story while Peyton was in the trials. And if you haven't read, this is a novella for Powerless by Lauren Roberts. And this book, I knew it was going to be sad, but it was so much sadder than I thought it was going to be. And I was so sad throughout the whole mini book. Isn't this so cute? It's just, I was so sad because I knew what the ending was going to be. It follows her, what she's doing while Peyton is in the trials, and she's alone on the lot. Adina must fend for herself after she attempts to steal. A mysterious man from the market comes to her rescue. Mac's shadowy past and executive power set him apart from the other low-level elites of Lud. And as the pair team up to see their loved ones before the trials, the quest tests their loyalty, their love, and their lives. This could have been a book, and I would have loved it so much. It's just, I love Lauren Roberts' writing. It's just so easy to read, but at the same time, it's so beautiful, and so, it's just everything to me. I got my hands on an early couple of Reckless. This came out actually today. Today's July 2nd, and I found it on Saturday. And I was so happy. I've been waiting for this book since November last year, which is when I read Powerless. And I got my hands on this, and I couldn't believe it, because how did I even found this before it came out? I have no idea. I already started reading it, and I've been loving it so much. I've been tapping a little bit, and the cover is just beautiful. And I love the little details that they include in her books. It's just so cute. Look at this map. I never pay attention. Well, this is a family tree, and this is a map. Just so cute, the little details that they include. Look. So yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I can't be reading this. I was going to, but this is just whole spoilers for Powerless, and if you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it for you, and I want you to read it because it's just that good. It's just combinations of like fantasy books that you read about while you were a kid, maybe about Hunger Games and the Red Queen and everything, but it's just like she put so many tropes in there, but it doesn't feel like that. She just, like, the execution for that book was so good, and the tension and everything between the characters, I love it so much. And Lauren Roberts is just it. I love her, and she's just that good. Honestly, she deserves the hype that she's getting, and I'm so happy that she's getting it because I love the books. I've been loving Reckless, and I heard that this ends on the worst cliffhanger ever, and I can't deal with that. I honestly can't. I think that's why I'm taking my time with this book, and it's kind of like matching with me. I'm so happy for all the books that I bought in June. And I am more happy about the books that I will not be buying on July because I need to stop. I need to be in a book buying ban after all this, and after all the books that I have on my TBR, I need to read them. But I am happy about the books that I will be reading, okay? Because I will be reading a lot. And if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, if you want more of this type of videos, please let me know. I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye.